horror movies in 2019. Just all suspense, maybe some payoff. Just lower your expectations, alright? Maybe you can survive this year. Annabelle Comes Home is the third installment in the Annabelle franchise that's connected to the bigger universe of the Conjuring franchise. There's a directorial debut made in this one, but I'm going to go ahead and be honest. I kind of count him as a puppet for the most part because I think that the mastermind behind this thing is James Wan, and it's kind of evident. But I got to give kudos to James Wan and his team or whatever. They really did a good job messing with their audience this time. When you go see enough of these movies, you can start to cadence them out. You can start to really time a lot of the scares. And this time, they really kind of played with the audience, and it had a value in a sense. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to survive this story, which was pretty weak overall. It was kind of like if Home Alone decided to make a horror movie, you know? Like, you know, Home Alone 4, you know, Demons in New York. I don't know, some shit like that. I was really surprised by this movie though, because I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if it was going to be a lot like the other ones, or will they try to make this one darker as they try to expand on the folklore of Annabelle. And honestly, they didn't bother with any of that. They just went straight for the scares. They didn't explain much more in anything. They gave this movie to McKenna Grace, playing Jodie Warren, the daughter of the Warren family, who are the paranormal investigators, based on real investigators, which is pretty cool. But then when you see all of the stuff that's going on, you're either thinking, shit, somebody was either crazy or John fucking Constantine could be running around right now. I really hate when I have to look at stories this way, when I have to know based on my expertise that the wrong person was given the story. I mean, by the end of this story, you end up really relating to a character that had nothing to do with the main story. Then there was other characters that would help the plot move forward, but they weren't the main focus. They didn't give you an emotional connection with anybody. I really wish they did. Kind of missed the opportunity here because there was some cool shit going on in this movie. I mean, this movie is made masterfully. There'll be a lot of horror fans who will argue up and down that this is a good movie. It's not a good movie, but it's made very well. It's in very good hands. I mean, from the cinematography to the editing to all of the nerdy stuff that all of the movie jocks talk about, it's hidden in this movie. So this movie is made like a masterpiece, but unfortunately, this is like a beautiful mansion that's built on popsicle sticks. The performances was okay. I didn't have any beef with the performances. I was actually surprised that it was as much comedy in this one. It was kind of funny. There was some times I was really enjoying myself, and I felt like I should have been a little more scared. I would really enjoy if James Wan took more of the control. I mean, we've seen this with this. We've seen this with Curse of Leona, where he would kind of attach his name to it, but he would not be the person who took the fall for some of these movies. I would love to see him get back at the helm of things, see how that can affect some things, see if there will be more liberties they would take, and see how they would divert from their normal formula like they did in Annabelle Comes Home. I'd be for that. But I'm not going to say this is the worst movie I ever seen. I've seen worse movies, but this one is a bad one. But bad ones, they have a way of kind of finding value. They have a way of being something that you can look forward to watch with the family on a Friday night after you get it from the Red Box, because that's the only place you should be getting this from. And then, you know, you have fun, you know, kind of being scared or something. When it comes to storytelling, this is a really good case study, and you can kind of see that. You can see that with the critical reception that's going on for this with the critics and audiences. The critics are rating it at a 69%, while the audience is rating it at a 71%. So everybody knows that this movie is about average or below average, but at the same time, you got those horror fans, and you cannot sleep on horror fans. They are diehard, and they don't give a fuck. I was actually surprised at the packed theater in this thing. So all of y'all Annabelle fans out there, get comfortable. You're going to get more sequels, because this thing is making bank. So if you didn't get the context clues, I would recommend this movie to horror fans. Then anybody who's actually looking for a good movie, they can probably skip it, but we know those people won't watch this shit anyway. It's just my guess. Oh, yeah, I didn't tell you who I side with. I definitely side with the critics on this one. I'll probably get this thing like a 62 or so. Something like that, you know? It's the best I could do.